Is your city about to get buried under a foot of snow this weekend? 16 degrees. That is how cold it will be when this storm dumps snow across the Carolinas. And it is happening in just 5 days. Right now, 3 different weather models are showing the exact same thing. A massive winter storm forming off the East Coast. And here is what nobody is talking about. This is not just one storm. This is the beginning of a pattern that will lock the entire eastern United States into bitter cold through mid-February. Stay with me for the next 30 seconds because I am about to show you the exact hour this storm will hit your city. And if you live anywhere from Texas to Maine, you need to hear this. The European model just dropped its latest run 2 hours ago, and what it is showing is absolutely shocking. A low-pressure system will explode off the Carolina coast Friday night into Saturday morning. Not next month. Not in 10 days. This Friday, January 31st. But here is your reward for watching. Right now, drop a comment telling me where you live. I will personally give you the exact forecast for your city, the exact start time, the exact peak time, and when this storm will finally move out of your area. Let me show you what is coming. And I need you to understand something. I am not here to scare you. I am here to make sure you are prepared, because the data I am looking at right now is unlike anything we have seen this winter. The latest European model run shows winter weather beginning in Arkansas early Friday morning. Light snow. Maybe an inch or two. Nothing major yet. But watch what happens as we move into Friday afternoon. Energy begins diving down from the northern plains. Think of this like a freight train picking up speed. By Friday evening, we start seeing a wintry mix across central Mississippi. Freezing rain. Sleet. Not heavy yet, but it is starting. Then Saturday morning arrives, and this is where everything changes. The European model shows a coastal low-pressure system popping off right here, off the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina. And when I say popping off, I mean this system intensifies rapidly. Within 6 hours, it goes from barely there to a full-blown nor'easter. Here is what makes this run so crazy. It is not just snowing. It is snowing with temperatures in the teens. 15 degrees in Raleigh, 17 degrees in Charlotte, 14 degrees in Columbia, South Carolina. You know what happens when snow falls in temperatures that cold? Every single inch of rain equivalent gives you 15 to 20 inches of snow. The normal ratio is 10 to 1. This is double that. The latest run dropped snowfall totals over 12 inches for parts of the Carolinas. 12 inches. And that is the European model being conservative. But let me break down the timing city by city, because this is what you really need to know. Atlanta, Georgia. Your window starts Friday night around 11 p.m. Light snow at first. By Saturday morning, 6 a.m., moderate snow. Peak snowfall Saturday between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. 3 to 6 inches possible for the metro area. Storm exits Sunday morning around 4 a.m. Birmingham, Alabama. You are looking at a Friday night start time around 9 p.m. Wintry mix initially. Temperatures hovering right at 32 degrees. Transition to all snow Saturday morning around 3 a.m. Peak accumulation Saturday 7 a.m. through noon, 2 to 4 inches likely. Clearing out Saturday evening by 8 p.m. Nashville, Tennessee. Here is the thing about Nashville. You just got hammered by that catastrophic ice storm. Now listen carefully. Your temperatures tomorrow morning are dropping to 5 degrees. Tuesday morning, 3 degrees. You have ice on everything right now, and that ice is not melting anytime soon. This new storm? It stays mostly south of you. You might see some light snow Friday night, maybe an inch. But your real problem is the cold. Thursday morning, 6 degrees. Friday morning, 4 degrees. Your high temperatures are not getting above freezing until next weekend. That is 7 straight days below 32 degrees. Memphis, Tennessee. Same situation, you are in a deep freeze, lows in the single digits every single morning this week. This storm tracks south of you, but you will see some snow showers Friday afternoon, 1 to 3 inches possible. But again, your concern is the cold. 0 degrees is possible Thursday morning. Let me jump to the Carolinas because this is ground zero for this event. Charlotte, North Carolina. Storm arrives Friday night around midnight. Snow begins as light flurries. By Saturday morning, 4 a.m., snow becomes moderate to heavy. Peak snowfall Saturday, 6 a.m. through 3 p.m. This is a 9-hour snow event. Accumulations of 8 to 14 inches possible, Based on current model data, temperatures during the storm, 17 degrees. Wind chills near zero. This is dangerous cold. Storm tapers off Saturday evening around 7 p.m. Raleigh, North Carolina. Your timeline is slightly earlier. Snow begins Friday night around 10 p.m. Moderate to heavy snow Saturday morning 3 a.m. through 2 p.m. That is 11 hours of consistent snowfall. Totals of 6 to 12 inches likely. Temperature during the event, 15 degrees. Wind chills below zero. Clearing out Saturday night by 9 p.m. Columbia, South Carolina. You folks dodged a bullet with the ice storm that just came through. You got sleet instead of freezing rain. But this next system? You are right in the bullseye. Snow begins Friday night, 11 p.m. Heavy snow Saturday morning, 5 a.m. through 4 p.m. 11-hour snow event, 8 to 16 inches possible. And get this, the European model shows temperatures of 14 degrees during the heaviest snow. That is absolutely outrageous for Columbia. Storm ends Sunday morning around 2 a.m. Charleston, South Carolina. This is interesting. You are far enough south that this could go either way. If the storm tracks 50 miles farther offshore, you get nothing. If it tracks 50 miles closer to the coast, you get buried. Right now, models show snow beginning Saturday morning around 6 a.m. Moderate snow Saturday 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. 4 to 8 inches possible. But this forecast has low confidence right now. Temperature 18 degrees if snow does develop. Let me give you the rest of the southeast before we move up the coast. Savannah, Georgia. You are on the southern edge. Light snow possible Saturday morning, 1 to 3 inches. But again, low confidence. If you get it, expect it Saturday between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Jacksonville, Florida. You are too far south for snow, but you will feel the cold. Saturday morning low of 28 degrees. That is cold for Jacksonville in late January. Now let us move up to Virginia and the Mid-Atlantic. Richmond, Virginia. Snow begins Saturday morning around 2 a.m. Heavy at times, Saturday 4 a.m. through 6 p.m. 6 to 10 inches likely. Temperature during the storm? 12 degrees. Yes, 12 degrees in Richmond. Wind chills below zero. This is the coldest snowstorm you have seen in years, clearing out Sunday morning around 6 a.m. Norfolk, Virginia beach area. You are coastal, so slightly warmer. Snow begins Saturday morning 4 a.m. Moderate snow Saturday 6 a.m. through 8 p.m. 4 to 8 inches possible. Temperature hovering around 18 to 22 degrees. Washington, D.C. Snow arrives Saturday morning around 1 a.m. Moderate to heavy snow Saturday 3 a.m. through 9 p.m. This is a long-duration event for you. 6 to 12 inches possible for the metro area. Temperature, 15 degrees. Metro system will be impacted. Plan accordingly. Storm exits Sunday morning around 8 a.m. Baltimore, Maryland. Nearly identical to D.C. Snow Saturday 1 a.m. through Sunday morning. 7 to 13 inches possible. Temperature, 14 degrees. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here is where the European model run ends at 144 hours. So I cannot give you the full picture yet, but based on the trend, snow arrives Saturday morning around 4 a.m. Heavy snow Saturday 6 a.m. through at least midnight. 8 to 14 inches possible, but we need tomorrow's model runs to confirm. New York City. Same issue. The European model cuts off before showing you the full event. But the trend suggests snow beginning Saturday morning around 6 a.m. Heavy at times Saturday 8 a.m. through Sunday morning, 10 to 16 inches possible for the 5 boroughs. But again, we need more data. Boston, Massachusetts. You folks are screaming at me, I know. The model ends before showing your snow. But here is what I can tell you. The GFS model, which runs out farther, shows this storm impacting you Saturday night through Sunday. Potentially a major snow event, 12 to 20 inches possible. But I need 24 more hours of data before I can give you specific timing. Let me talk about the Midwest and Ohio Valley. Chicago, Illinois. This storm stays east of you, but you are locked in bitter cold. Monday morning low of 8 degrees, Tuesday morning 5 degrees, Wednesday morning 7 degrees, highs only reaching the low 20s all week. Cleveland, Ohio. You are close enough to get clipped. Light to moderate snow Saturday afternoon. 2 to 5 inches possible Saturday between noon and midnight. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you are right on the edge. Snow Saturday morning around 6 a.m. through Sunday morning, 4 to 8 inches likely. Temperature 12 degrees. Columbus, Ohio. Light snow Saturday, 1 to 4 inches. Cold. Highs in the upper teens. Indianapolis, Indiana. You stay mostly dry with this one, but bitter cold continues. Lows in the single digits through Friday. Detroit, Michigan. Too far northwest for this storm, but bitterly cold. Monday morning, 0 degrees. Tuesday morning, -2 degrees. Let me hit the northern tier. Minneapolis, Minnesota, you stay dry, but absolutely frigid. Monday morning, -8 degrees. Tuesday morning, -12 degrees. Wednesday morning, -10 degrees. This is dangerous cold. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Similar to Chicago. Bitter cold. No significant snow from this system. Buffalo, New York. Lake effect snow continues through Friday. 6 to 12 inches from lake effect. Then this coastal storm might clip you Saturday night with an additional 3 to 6 inches. Now back to the south and southeast for cities I have not covered yet. Knoxville, Tennessee. Light snow Friday night. 1 to 3 inches, but mainly just cold. Lows in the single digits all week. Chattanooga, Tennessee, same as Knoxville. Light snow Friday night, 1 to 2 inches. Highs not above freezing through Saturday. Greenville, South Carolina. You are in the sweet spot. Snow Friday night, 11 p.m. through Saturday evening, 8 p.m. 6 to 12 inches likely. Temperature 16 degrees. Asheville, North Carolina. Mountain snow. Snow begins Friday night around 9 p.m. Heavy at times Saturday morning through evening. 8 to 16 inches possible at higher elevations. Temperature 10 degrees. Treacherous mountain travel. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Coastal location. Snow Saturday morning 6 a.m. through evening. 3 to 7 inches. Temperature 20 degrees if it materializes. Wilmington, North Carolina. Another coastal wild card. Snow Saturday morning through evening if the track is right. 4 to 9 inches possible. Temperature 19 degrees. Greensboro, North Carolina. Solid hit. Snow Friday night through Saturday evening. 7 to 13 inches likely. Temperature 15 degrees. Durham, North Carolina. Same as Raleigh. 6 to 12 inches Saturday. Temperature 15 degrees. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 6 to 11 inches Saturday. Temperature 16 degrees. Fayetteville, North Carolina. 4 to 8 inches Saturday. Temperature 17 degrees. Let me give you more Virginia cities. Charlottesville, Virginia. 5 to 10 inches Saturday. Temperature 13 degrees. Roanoke, Virginia. 6 to 11 inches Saturday. Temperature 11 degrees. Mountain snow. Lynchburg, Virginia. 5 to 9 inches Saturday. Temperature 14 degrees. Northern Virginia, Arlington, Alexandria. 6 to 12 inches Saturday through Sunday morning. Temperature 14 degrees. Federal government likely closed Monday. Now more Maryland. Annapolis, Maryland. 5 to 10 inches Saturday through Sunday morning. Temperature 16 degrees. Coastal location but still significant snow. Frederick, Maryland. 7 to 12 inches Saturday. Temperature 12 degrees. Let me cover more Pennsylvania cities. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. 6 to 11 inches Saturday. Temperature 13 degrees. Allentown, Pennsylvania. 7 to 13 inches Saturday through Sunday. Temperature 11 degrees. Scranton, Pennsylvania. 6 to 12 inches Saturday through Sunday. Temperature 9 degrees. Now Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware. 6 to 11 inches Saturday through Sunday morning. Temperature 15 degrees. Dover, Delaware. 5 to 9 inches Saturday. Temperature 17 degrees. More New Jersey. Trenton, New Jersey. 7 to 12 inches Saturday through Sunday. Temperature 14 degrees. Atlantic City, New Jersey. 4 to 8 inches Saturday. Coastal storm. Temperature 19 degrees. Newark, New Jersey. 8 to 14 inches Saturday through Sunday. Temperature 13 degrees. Airport delays certain. Now, let me address the GFS model because it shows something different. The GFS model is less aggressive. It shows the northern stream energy diving down, but it does not dig as deeply as the European model. What does that mean? It means less snow for the Carolinas, maybe 3 to 6 inches instead of 8 to 14 inches. But here's the interesting part. The GFS shows Gulf moisture getting involved. It actually shows snow along the Louisiana coastline Saturday morning. Lake Charles, you might see snow. New Orleans, you might see snow. Mobile, Alabama, you might see snow. These are areas that almost never see snow. So, which model is right? Here is the truth. We do not know yet. This is still 5 days out. But 3 out of 4 major models show significant snow for the Carolinas. The European model, the European AI model, and the GFS all show accumulating snow. The only model that misses is the GFS AI model. When 3 out of 4 models agree, you pay attention, especially when one of those models is the European model, which has been excellent this winter. Now let me explain why this setup is so potent. And this is the geek out section I promised you at the beginning. Look at the upper atmosphere pattern Thursday morning. You have northern stream energy diving down from Canada. This is the polar jet stream. It is loaded with cold air. Absolutely loaded. Then you have southern stream energy near the Gulf of Mexico. This is subtropical moisture. Normally, these two streams do not phase together properly. They miss each other. One goes too fast, the other goes too slow. But this weekend, the timing might be perfect. The European model shows the northern stream energy digging into the southeast. As it digs, it goes from a positive tilt to a neutral tilt to a negative tilt. Let me explain that. Positive tilt means the energy is aligned from southwest to northeast. This is a weak configuration. Storms do not develop well. Neutral tilt means the energy is aligned straight north to south. This is a strengthening configuration. Negative tilt means the energy is aligned from northwest to southeast. This is a bomb configuration. This is when coastal storms explode. The European model shows this energy reaching negative tilt by Saturday morning right off the Carolina coast. That is why it blows up a major snowstorm. The GFS model keeps the energy too flat. It never achieves that negative tilt. That is why it is less aggressive with snow totals. Which one is right? We will know by Tuesday. If Monday night's model runs start showing that negative tilt developing, this storm is happening. If they keep showing a flat look, this might be a miss. But regardless of whether this storm happens or not, one thing is absolutely certain. The cold is locked in. Look at the 500 millibar height anomalies. Deep blue across the entire eastern United States through February 10th. That means below normal heights. That means troughing. That means cold. The Euro weekly model actually shows an even stronger signal developing in the second week of February. Another potential major storm. This is not a one-and-done pattern. This is an extended pattern. Winter is not over. Winter is just getting started. Let me give you the temperature outlook for the next 7 days. Monday morning, below zero from Minnesota to Wisconsin. Single digits from Illinois to Tennessee to Virginia. Teens from the Carolinas through the Mid-Atlantic. Tuesday morning, even colder. Below zero from the Dakotas to Minnesota to Wisconsin to Michigan. Single digits from Nebraska to Iowa to Illinois to Indiana to Ohio to Kentucky to Tennessee to North Carolina to Virginia. This is dangerous cold, folks, especially with ice and snow on the ground in the south. Nashville, you might not see a temperature above 32 degrees for 7 straight days. Your low temperatures could be in the single digits every morning, Monday through Friday. Memphis, same thing. Below 10 degrees every morning this week. Highs in the low 20s. Even the Carolinas, you are looking at morning lows in the teens all week after this storm. Wednesday morning. Still cold, but maybe slightly improved. Single digits still possible from Tennessee to Kentucky. Thursday morning. A reinforcing shot of cold air arrives. Temperatures crash again. Single digits return to the Mid-South. Friday morning. Single digits continue. This is relentless. The Weather Prediction Center already has winter weather probabilities posted. 10 to 30% chance of significant snow and sleet from Arkansas through the Carolinas. They see this threat. They are monitoring it. Local National Weather Service offices are already starting to mention it in their forecast discussions. By tomorrow, if the models continue to show this storm, the chatter will increase significantly. Winter storm watches could be posted by Wednesday for a Friday night and Saturday event. Here is what you need to do right now. If you live anywhere from Arkansas to North Carolina to Virginia to Maryland to Pennsylvania, start preparing today. Not Thursday, not Friday, today. Get your supplies. Stock up on food. Fill up your gas tank. Get firewood if you heat with wood. Charge your devices. Check your flashlights and batteries. If this storm happens and you lose power in 14-degree temperatures, that is a life-threatening situation. Do not wait until Friday when everyone is panicking at the grocery store. And if you have traveled plans this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, start thinking about alternatives right now. Do not wait until the day before. This storm has the potential to shut down travel from Atlanta to Boston. Airports will close, interstates will close, Amtrak will stop running. Now, I know some of you are in areas that are not getting this storm. Chicago, you are in the clear storm-wise. Minneapolis, you are in the clear, but you are dealing with that dangerous cold. Wind chills Monday morning could be 20 below zero in Minneapolis. That is frostbite in 10 minutes. Check on your neighbors. Check on elderly family members. Make sure everyone has heat. Here is what we are watching this week. Tomorrow, Monday, we get new model runs. The Monday evening models will be critical. If they continue showing this storm, confidence increases. Tuesday, more model runs. By Tuesday evening, we should have a much clearer picture. If this storm is happening, winter storm watches will likely be posted. Wednesday, final preparations if the storm is still on track. Thursday, storm likely begins impacting Arkansas and Tennessee. Friday, storm spreads into the Carolinas and Mid-Atlantic. Saturday, peak impacts for the East Coast. Sunday, storm pulls away but bitter cold remains. The extended forecast through mid-February shows no let-up in the cold. Multiple additional storm chances are possible as well. One thing I want to emphasize. The Euro weekly runs show a very active pattern continuing. We could see another significant storm around February 8th to 10th. That is still 2 weeks out, so details are fuzzy. But the pattern supports it. Everyone thought winter was over. Everyone thought we were heading into an early spring. But the pattern has flipped, and it has flipped hard. The polar vortex is displaced. Cold air is flooding south. Storm systems are tapping into that cold air, and we are seeing historic winter storms. The ice storm that just happened across Tennessee and Mississippi, that was catastrophic. Power lines down everywhere. Trees snapped. Roadways impassable. Nashville, you are still dealing with that. You have ice covering everything. And now you are locked into single-digit temperatures for days. That ice is not melting. Roads will stay dangerous all week. And now here comes another storm system. It stays mostly south of you, but still, you are getting hit over and over again. For those of you in the Carolinas and Mid-Atlantic, you have a 5-day window to prepare. Use it wisely. Do not procrastinate. And keep in mind, even if this particular storm does not materialize exactly as the European model shows, the pattern is highly active. If it is not this weekend, it could be next weekend. The cold is locked in regardless. I will be updating daily as we move through this week. Tomorrow morning, I will break down the latest overnight model runs. We will see if the storm signal strengthens or weakens. By Tuesday, we should know with much higher confidence whether this is really happening. Remember to drop a comment with your location, and I will give you personalized updates throughout the week. One last thing before I wrap up. I want you to understand the energy in the atmosphere right now. This is not a typical winter pattern. This is an extreme winter pattern. The 500 millibar pattern shows deep troughing across the east, high latitude blocking across Greenland and the North Atlantic. This is a classic setup for nor'easters. This is a classic setup for prolonged cold. The blocking pattern is not going anywhere. That Greenland block is locked in through at least February 15th. That means the cold air has nowhere to go except south into the United States. Every time a storm system tries to move across the country, it encounters that block and gets forced southward. That is why we keep seeing storm after storm diving into the south and east. This is the type of pattern that produces multiple historic winter storms. We just had one. We might be about to get another one, and there could be more after that. So stay vigilant, stay prepared, and stay warm. The next 72 hours of model data will tell us everything we need to know about this weekend storm. If the models remain consistent, this is happening. If they back off, we dodged a bullet. But the cold is not in question. The cold is here, and the cold is staying. Areas from Texas to Maine, you are all impacted by this pattern in some way. either through snow and ice or through dangerous cold or both. Take this seriously. Winter is not playing games right now. I will see you tomorrow with a full update on the latest model runs. Until then, God bless, stay safe, and stay warm. Drop your location in the comments for a personalized forecast.